first step in our weaving project is going to be you need to get some plastic bags. It would be great to add a little bit of pattern into your piece if you can get some different colors of bags. But if you only have, like if you only shop at Kroger's and you have just Kroger bags, that is perfectly fine too. But you might be able to find that you have some different colored ones. And I want to show you how to cut them so that you are ready for your weaving. I'm going to set one of these, a couple of those aside, and we're just going to use one. Now if you see, when you push the bags from the side, there's actually this, I want to get them as smooth as possible. So you're going to flatten this portion here, and then it sits more flat. I'm going to do the same thing over here. You push your hand in, and then you flatten the bag. And if you smooth from where the end of the bag is, the bottom of the bag, and you move up, it pushes the air out and makes your bag smoother. Then you're going to fold it in half and smooth it out again. Smooth it out. And you're going to fold it one more time. And smooth it out. And then we're going to do some cutting. You are going to cut off this top part where the handles are because we don't need those. Cut that right off. And then you're going to cut the bottom of the bag off as well because we cannot have the seam as part of our project. So you're going to cut that across and cut those off. Then you're going to cut strips of your plastic bag that's now folded. And what that is going to be is about 1 inch thick. Sometimes in our classroom we talk about how we can measure with the knuckles of your finger. Think of it as about 1.5 of your knuckles, the knuckle lengths of your finger. And cut across. They do not have to be exactly the same size, but you want it to be roughly the same size. And set this, you're just going to end up making a pile of them. And we're going to continue cutting them until you have a pile of bag pieces. And what you're actually creating are loops of plastic bag. And I'll show you what that is here in one moment. Now that you have them all cut, what we're going to end up doing is opening them up. And now you have this loop. We do not need a full loop to do this. And you're going to take your one side of the loop and cut it. So you have a full piece of plastic. And that is going to be how we are going to weave. So 3rd grade, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be creating a small woven bowl together. It's a little similar to doing a cup weaving, but we're going to create the bowl is actually going to be from a plate. If you do not have a paper plate at home that you can cut, you can also, if you have a box that you can take the contents out, you can ask permission for that, and then you could cut a circle from this. You just want something that's a little thicker than paper to do this project so that it's got some strength to it. So the best thing would be a paper plate if you have one. Now, we do not need the rim of the paper plate, so I'm going to cut around the inside here. to get rid of the rim. I'll cut all the way around. Then what we're going to do next is you're going to find the middle point of your plate and make a mark there. So here is my middle point. I'm just going to make a little dot there. And then we're going to cut 7 small triangles into this. They do not have to be very big. And if you've got a small plate, like my plate's kind of small, so we might do 5 instead of 7. But you need to use a odd number, and you're not going to connect where you cut. You're going to leave a little bit of space in the inside. Okay, so there's my small first triangle. That's number 1. Here is number 2. Please be careful when you're cutting with your scissors. 2. There's 3. And 4. And here's number 5. Okay. And number 6 and number 7 are next. Here's number 6. And number 7. Now, the next thing we're going to do, and push those little pieces aside, what you're going to start with is going to be the loops that you had originally done. So you're going to cut it, and you're going to do 1 piece of plastic at a time. Otherwise it gets a little long to try to weave around. So do 1 piece at a time, and I'll show you how to connect the next piece when we're ready for that. You're going to take your circle that you've now cut, and you're going to pick a spot to start. I'm going to hold my plastic end here in the middle, and I'm going to cover it up the next time as I'm coming around. I'm going to cover that up, and it'll tie it into the weave. So you're going to go, this is very much, you can do in your head, you can think about over under, or you can do in and out, whichever pattern you would like to do. But we're going to go down and then back up. You can think about that as well. And out and in. Turn it out and in. And as you keep going around, what's going to happen is your plastic bag is going to start to pull these things together, and instead of being flat, it will create a bowl. The next step that we're doing is going to be that you're going to take this, and probably you've gotten to the point where we have at least 1 whole strip done. What I'd like you to do is stop for today. I'd like you to take about, it should have taken you about a half hour so far to accomplish getting your circle cut, getting your triangles cut, and getting your bags ready to go. And I'd like this project to be, we're going to be working on it the next time we have class, which is going to be our next e-learning lesson, which is next week. So if you have time to do more than just your first piece, I want to show you how to attach your next piece of plastic. So you open up the loop, and remember you're cutting it so you have two ends. You're going to take one of your ends from your new string and the end that you've been weaving and put them together like this. Then you're going to wrap it around 2 fingers. Okay, and you have a loop now. You're going to take these 2 ends around this part of the loop. So I'm coming this side of my fingers, and I'm going to push those ends through the loop, and I'm going to grab them, and I'm going to pull them through the loop, not too tight that you don't make the knot that it will break the plastic. And then this will be ready to keep weaving. I'd like you to take about 15 minutes to try to do a little bit of weaving. So if you get more than just the base part, what you need to start doing then is you kind of cup this together, because these are going to start to come in to make your bowl shape. So as you're weaving, you don't want to leave these gaps open. You want them to start to come together. So as you go around, you're going to be pulling them tighter together. Okay, and remember that pattern is the like in and out, or over, under, or up and down. Okay, and as you're going up, it's going to start to get tighter. Don't go out more than probably halfway for this week. And what I would do is put these and any of the bags that you have not used, so your little strips, I would put them together so you have all your supplies ready to go for next week's e-learning assignment. I hope you guys have a wonderful time working with weaving. I hope you are excited about this project, and I can't wait to see where you guys are. Please bring your work with you to our Zoom on Thursday, if you can come and join us. And if you have any questions or you're having a hard time with something, that's a perfect place to ask me about it. All right, I hope you have a great time getting started with your weaving project, your weaving bowl, and I look forward to seeing your creations. If you would please go ahead and take a picture of your work and post it to the discussion. Just hold it up in front of your laptop and take a picture for me, and then use from your camera, and then send that to me so I know where you're at. That would be very helpful. And then I will see everybody at our Zoom on Thursday, and we will talk about this, and then next week we'll finish everything up. All right, I hope you are excited about weaving as much as I am.